I visited WizAnn Knowledge School in East London to see some of the finest talent who are studying to become London taxi drivers. So I'm here at WizAnn Knowledge School. We're going to do an appearance with Paul and Lee. Now this is Lee, and she's been studying for almost 3 years to become a London taxi driver. She's on the final stages and she could be driving a taxi in just 3 months. This is a mock examination, but other than changes to the environment and how the candidate becomes dressed to the appearance, this is a pretty accurate representation of what it is like at a knowledge exam.
Can you take me from Granary Square?
Greenwich Square, Stable Street,
Yep. And I want to go to the Hurlingham Club.
Ranelagh Gardens.
Yeah. Can you leave Granary Square by Stable Street?
Yes, and also Goods Way.
I'd like to be left from Goods Way, please.
Now, whilst Lee is calling this run, Paul, who is a qualified taxi driver himself, will be penning this run and assessing exactly how straight that line is. Remember, on the knowledge exams, it is about how tight you can get that line to the cotton. It is a test to show that you know the map, not necessarily how you would drive it, but that you understand every intricacy and nuance to the map itself. Be sure to stay tuned to the very end, because I am going to be testing my knowledge in this very same fashion.
If I was to leave on the right Goods Way, forward Pancras Road, left Midland Road, right Euston Road, left into Upper Woburn Place, forward into Tavistock Square, forward into Woburn Place, forward and right Russell Square, leave by left Montague Street, right into Great Russell Street, left into Bloomsbury Street, forward into Shaftesbury Avenue, forward into Prince's Circus, leave by Shaftesbury Avenue, forward into Cambridge Circus, leave by Shaftesbury Avenue, left into Great Windmill Street, forward into Haymarket, right into Charles II Street to get left Waterloo Place, right into the Pall Mall, comply by Pall Mall Circus, leave by Marlborough Gate, forward Marlborough Road, go right into the Mall, forward into Queen's Gardens, left into Spur Road, right into Birdcage Walk, forward into Buckingham Gate, forward into Buckingham Palace Road. I will then go right into Grosvenor Gardens to get left into Hobart Place, forward into Eaton Square, forward into Eaton Gate, forward into Cliveden Place, comply by Sloane Square, leave by Kings Road, forward into New Kings Road, left into Broomhouse Road, right into Hurlingham Road, left into Napier Avenue, left into Ranelagh Gardens facing.
I think Lee's results speak for themselves. Also, whilst I was at the knowledge school, I also got to meet Harry, who got the coveted handshake just yesterday. He had been studying for 3 years, and I thought this would be a great chance to catch him whilst his knowledge is at its freshest.
Got my rate yesterday.
Yesterday.
So I'm buzzing.
Well, what I want to do, this would be a great opportunity to kind of cap off your time with the knowledge, really. I'm going to just see if I can give you a couple of runs that I've had out in the cab. This is kind of good practice, I suppose, to get out in the cab. So it's not going to be a massive one across the map. Let's go for something short and simple. I had this one last night in the taxi, so this will be a fun one for you. Let's go from Potter's Fields.
Potter's Fields near Tully Street.
Yep. And we will go to Lindsay Square.
Lindsay Square. That's Bornhill Gate.
It is indeed, yeah. Bang on.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that is awesome. I couldn't put it in the cab yesterday, so well done.
Leave on the right Tully Street, forward Duke Street Hill, left Borough High Street, forward Newton Causeway, right Elephant and Castle, comply roundabout, leave by Newton Butts, right Kennington Lane, forward Kennington Cross, forward Kennington Lane, left Durham Street, right Harleyford Road, left South Lambeth Road, right Parry Street, left Wandsworth Road, for Vauxhall Cross, for Vauxhall Bridgefoot, for Vauxhall Bridge Road, for Bestwood Gardens, left Drummond Gate, for Bestwood Street, set and left for Lindsay Square.
Harry actually reached out to me 2 years ago from my YouTube to say how much he was struggling with the knowledge and that he couldn't quite see the map. And I think it's incredible to show just how much difference it can make when you get your head down and study. Just look at the fluency of his calling. He's going to make a mighty fine cab driver, so definitely look out for him whilst you're roaming the streets of London. And to give some context of how difficult the exam standard is, I volunteered myself to be asked a few questions in this exam style. Now, I got my badge 4.5 years ago, so of course my fluency and road names will of course have been diminished over that time. But how bad could it be?
Okay, take me from Rood Lane.
Rood Lane's off of Fenchurch Street and Great Tower Street at the other end.
Yeah, and to the hospital for officers and gentlemen.
Is that like Marylebone area, I think?
It is, yeah.
Like Beaumont Street?
It is, yeah.
Rood Lane, right onto Great Tower Street, forward East Cheap, forward Swire Junction. Now I'm going to be driving this as I'm actually in the cab, so I'm not going to go through Bank Junction. We're going to go Cannon Street, and that's going to bear right into, I think it's a continuation of Cannon Street, so we go over Mansion House Junction, forward into St Paul's Churchyard, right into Ava Maria Lane, which I think then goes forward into Warwick Lane, which then gets me a left into Newgate Street, forward into Holborn Viaduct, forward Holborn Circus, forward Holborn, forward High Holborn. That's then going to be Southampton Row. Get a left into Great Russell Street, right Gower Street, left New Cavendish Street. Now this is the tricky bit. Then we get right Marylebone Street, right Weymouth Street, right Beaumont Street. Not on the left. No. It's on the right, yeah. Opposite side. It's the Edward VII Hospital is on the east side. Is that right?
Yeah.
I really wanted to show this because many people comment on my channel and say, "Wow, Tom, you have such amazing knowledge." But this isn't exclusive to me. This is the process that every single London taxi driver has to do to get their badge. It is the only job in the world where it is what you know, not who you know. Now, in an appearance process, you actually get asked 4 questions, and this particular run I've done would be a very low scoring run if they decide to score me at all, because I've missed out so many streets. So from watching this, you might be wondering, Tom, if after a few years of driving the taxi, your road fluency drops, what's the point in learning it all in the first place? I would compare it with a gold medal athlete. Look at Sir Chris Hoy or Sir Steve Redgrave. When they get their gold medal status, that is the best they will ever be. They will probably never reach that standard ever again. But to get to that standard, they have to put in a hell of a lot of work. And it's the same when it comes to the knowledge. You have to put in all that work, satisfy that standard, and you can forever live in that glory. You've done the hard graft, you've proved that you have looked at every possible opportunity within London and been tested to a very high standard. So even after just this one route, and remember, an examination contains 4 of these routes or runs that are asked to you, my head was spinning. It's a good line, but it's not the nuanced level detail that an examiner will require. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about the knowledge process, I've included links down below to the Transport for London website on how to apply, WizAnn Knowledge School. Big thanks to Dean and Paul at the school for letting me film in this location. And of course, I even wrote a book on how to complete the knowledge. This was when I finished my knowledge. It was still incredibly fresh in my head and shares some of the tips and tricks I picked up along the way to study in the most effective way possible. If you've enjoyed this video, check out some more of them over here. See you again soon. Bye-bye.